Hi, my name is Shay Scary. I'm one of the owners of Valley Tech Production Group here, located in Mission, BC. Just standing outside of our warehouse here. Um, it's a bit of a ghost town in there since no one's working. It's full of lots of equipment though. I just figured I'd just make a little video here that talks about how the whole virus situation has affected us as a business and how it's affecting us personally. So I'll start on the business side of things. I think it goes without saying that we're pretty much shut down. For those that don't know what a production company does or is, basically we provide all the services for concerts, galas, award shows, festivals. If you're at an event and you're hearing someone or seeing someone talking to a microphone or you're seeing a video on a screen, we're probably there. So in addition to our production services, we're also a decorator and we're also an entertainment company. So we operate 2 additional brands aside from Valley Tech. They're called Painted Frog Entertainment and Creative Heart Events. So basically, in addition to microphones, screens, audio, lighting, all that stuff, we also will do decor for corporate events and weddings. We offer day of coordination and other services for weddings. And we offer photo booth rentals and DJ and MC services for weddings and corporate events as well. So we're basically affected by all of the new rules limiting event size. Previously, last week, we were limited at 250 people. Most of the weddings were still on at that point, but we saw a massive cancellation in production land. And now that they've changed that to 50 people, this morning's been a full morning of basically wedding postponements and cancellations, and I'm sure there's many to come. So our schedule over the next little bit is pretty bare, so we've decided that we're gonna, like I said, shut down the office. There's not gonna be really anyone here working because there's nothing really to do. So basically, a little bit about how our company works is we're super seasonal. So we probably, I would say 80% of our income is over the summer months between May and September. That's when all the concerts and special events are going. That's when people are getting married. So as you can imagine, that's when we make our money. And now that we're coming up on that time again, our little nest egg that we try to put away every busy season is pretty much run dry. Under normal circumstances, we start up in April, and then as soon as we hit May, we're basically full-blown festival and event season right until September. So basically, we're now in survival mode. We're in the process of trying to renegotiate lease payments, loan repayments, rent, basically anything that costs us money on a regular basis. Because without any income over the next 2 months, or very little of, we won't be able to pay our bills. So in addition to that, there's a very good chance that we may have to adjust our personal wages. Me and Dave both are on payroll here, and I don't know if we'll be able to make payroll. So we're probably just going to have to cut those wages in order to get through the next little bit. At this point, we are fully committed to providing all of our contracted and booked services throughout the summer, presuming everything goes back to normal at that time. We're looking into the options that are available through the government of Canada in hopes that something that they're offering to small businesses will help us get through the next little bit. I'm super reluctant to cut my wage for reasons I'll mention in just a minute. One of the downsides is we were preparing for probably one of our busiest years yet. Since the start of this company, we've grown substantially, and as part of that, we spent tens of thousands of dollars a few months ago buying new equipment. We've purchased a modular stage system, which has basically it's 18 4x8 stage decks, 4 4x4 stage decks, and legs and skirting and railings to do basically any size from 20-inch to 48-inch. So we were super excited to get that out. And we also bought a 16-element line array. So basically those two purchases cost a significant amount of money, and we still have to pay for them. So hoping that things get back to normal by July, otherwise I don't know what we're gonna do. But jumping over to things on a personal level, and it's not, and again, I've got to emphasize the fact that this isn't supposed to be a woe is me video. This is more of just a factual video, kind of showcasing the challenges that small business owners are facing right now. And I am not alone in this video. I know that many other companies that offer the same services as us, as well as basically companies and businesses in every sector right now, especially businesses that are involved in special events and anything in the public really are being affected heavily by this. So jumping over to how this is affecting me personally and us as a family is that basically Sam is also, Sam, my partner, she's also self-employed as a dance teacher and an expressive arts therapist. And a lot of her work now is, since it's dealing with the public, and generally we're expecting to see studios closing their doors over the next little bit after spring break. And she does a lot of work in the Surrey School District, which we're assuming is going to be shutting down or limiting programs. So at this point, we don't really know what's going to happen, but we suspect that a large portion of her income will be also going away in addition to mine. The extra concerning part is I'm expecting a baby boy in May, and I'm basically, aside from all the financial drama that we have to go through, I'm just worried that there's going to be potential issues with the hospitals if the situation grows much more than it has. Obviously, it's not. We're in the hundreds, not the thousands of cases yet, but as seen in other countries, that can escalate like overnight almost. So I'm hoping, and I mean, hoping for the best, but I've got real concerns about it. So presuming that all goes fine, which I mean, realistically it probably will, but who knows at this point. We have to deal with the personal financial, basically the loss of majority of our income, and we still have to pay our mortgage and we still have to pay our bills. So the last few days we've been working on doing a bit of a renovation in our house, getting the nursery all set up and ready to go, and we're going to build a room in our unfinished basement, which required a lot of effort and sealing of walls and all that stuff because our house is over 100 years old. But we've had to put a halt to all that, which again it means really nothing in comparison to the health and well-being of us and our neighbors and family and friends, but it's just an extra little thing that now we've got to delay and try to figure out what we're going to do with the mess. It might just be lay out a carpet on the concrete floor and call it a day for now. But anyways, that's just kind of a look into the life of a small business owner right now. And I'm hoping that this can shed some light on our somewhat unique circumstances. And I mean, they're not unique because there's hundreds and thousands of business owners in the same boat. But they're unique in the sense that most of us don't qualify for EI, and any help that the government's offering so far, it's hard to get when you're self-employed. So again, like EI for Sam, it basically doesn't exist with her loss of work. And then for me, I still have to work regardless of whether I'm not getting paid or regardless if I'm getting paid or not. So I don't really know at this point. And then there's the matters of like the funding that seems to be available for businesses is in the form of loans. So do we take out a loan and continue to pay ourselves so that we're okay financially, personally, but get us to summer? And then what happens if events are canceled in summer? Now we just have an extra $20,000 of debt or whatever amount we try to go after to get there. So it's kind of a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. It's just a day by day, but the uncertainty in it all is just like, the stress is unbelievable. It's been tough sleeping, tough eating, tough just not worrying about things. But it is what it is at this point, and we can just take it one day at a time. I appreciate the time you've taken to watch this video, and again, it's health and well-being is the priority here, not the priority of like the general population, not so much my problems as an individual, as they say on as said by Mr. Spock, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few or the one. And right now, the needs of the many are, we need to contain the virus and put an end to all this so that life can return back to normal. Anyways, I wish you all the best.